WordPress is about to change in a really big way. After many months of development and testing, the platform is getting ready to make one of the biggest shifts in its history. A shift that may frustrate many people, but may make building a website a whole lot easier, and it's called Gutenberg. Originally, to create a WordPress website and turn it into something that a brand could use required you to hire a developer and a designer, or to have some knowledge of code. You'd need to create a theme or buy one from a site like Envato and customize it. And in most cases, as a client, to customize it further, you needed the developer's help. This convoluted process opened the door to page builders, a type of WordPress plugin that could make putting together your website an experience that was more visual. Products like Visual Composer and Elementor have made whole businesses out of making WordPress sites more easily customizable. They make composing a web page more visually interactive and can allow you to, in some cases, create a whole website using nothing but drag and drop functionality. Page builders provide you with what are called blocks in the side menu. Each block represents a type of content, be it text, photos, videos, etc. You drag a chosen block into the canvas area, and then you can customize its look and its functionality. You can combine blocks, and then you can even save them as templates to ensure continuity. Or if you want, you can make each block completely different with their own style, their own functionality. It's up to you. Page builders make this process really easy. For context, to achieve the same thing using the classic WordPress editor would require some development knowledge of some complex shortcodes. And even then, it involves a lot of trial and error to make sure that it appears on the final web page the way that you imagined it. Whereas page builders like Visual Composer and Elementor allow you to see the results of the changes that you're making live as you're making them. As a result, page builder plugins for millions of WordPress sites around the world have become a must-have. Which brings us to Gutenberg. The next major update to WordPress will see the introduction of the Gutenberg editor. It will see the usually stark backend with limited functionality transformed into something resembling the page builders that we've just talked about. Pages will be broken up into content blocks that you can drag and drop in and out. You'll be able to edit their style and functionality, and you'll be able to watch your web page forming before your eyes with little to no code required. Want to change the font? You can do that straight away and see the result. Need to change an image? You can do that right before your eyes and see instantaneously how it's going to render on your site. Inserting a video player, an image gallery, a different color scheme will all be easily done. A positive change for the less tech savvy. However, not everyone will be happy. Some developers and devotees to the classic WordPress editor have already expressed their disinterest in what they see as a slightly dumbed down UI. While it was complicated, the ability to extend the classic WordPress editor gave users full control over their sites. And there's also the fact that the Gutenberg editor won't be compatible with every theme when it first comes out. While this can be adjusted by theme creators, there is a bit of a risk that less tech-savvy users might update to the next version of WordPress and possibly mess up their site. Plus, what does this mean for the business models of WordPress developers? If it's easier for mere mortals to edit and create web pages and websites, does that mean that there's less of a dependency on them? They're all valid concerns. Gutenberg is the biggest change to hit WordPress in over a decade, and you're not going to make a sweeping change that big and please everyone. Plus, there are sure to be growing pains. The chances of the new editor working flawlessly from day one are practically nil. Like any new release, this will be a work in progress for some time to come. In preparation for the inevitable mix of confusion and outrage that will hit the WordPress community, the core team have released a plugin that restores the Gutenberg editor to the classic one. And perhaps that's something to consider doing until they've worked out the kinks on Gutenberg. But if WordPress are putting it all on the line to roll out a change as significant as this one, you have to assume that there's a good reason for it. Offering a more visually interactive way to build websites that brings WordPress's offering in line with competitors like Squarespace and Wix is a significant move that sets them up for the future. A future where perhaps people aren't even building websites on computers anymore. So buckle up, because change is coming. Come on, I'm recording. I'm waiting for you.
Oh, really?
To get out, to stop making noise. Get out of here.